Alright, this is the third part in the three-part series to constructing your bridge in Inventor, giving a 3D rendering of it. And to be honest with you, this is one of the easiest sections, I believe, to go through and finalize everything. Even though it seems like you still have a lot to do yet, this will go fairly quickly. With this particular video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put the opposing side, alright, the second truss on this side over here of the bridge, and then put a load platform on, and then color it and save it properly. So let's get started. You should have two sketches currently. Okay, if you went through and everything was exactly right the first time, you should have sketch 1, which has that first extrusion, which was the first side, the first truss side, and that's an 1/8 of an inch. You extruded that out. Then you had a second sketch where you put all your supports on one side of that truss, and then you extruded those out at 2.75, making sure that none of them are in the dead center, because that could get in the way then of the load platform and the hole that you're going to have through that, and the testing items. Alright, so what we're going to do now is create a third sketch. So we're going to go to create 2D sketch, and you're going to put that third sketch on this bottom left hand corner on that face. Alright, so you basically create a third sketch right there. Then what I want you to do is you're going to finish the sketch without doing anything. You're going to go into sketch 1. So I double click on sketch 1, I open up sketch 1. I'm going to left click and drag a selection box completely over all the elements, all the line segments and everything in sketch 1. Alright, I'm going to look at my keyboard, I'm going to press Control C, which is the copy command. I'm going to finish that sketch. I didn't change anything, didn't modify it. Go back to sketch 3, alright, which was on the end here. I'm just going to drag this over so you can see what's going to happen. And I'm going to press Control V as in Victor, and that's going to paste it in there. Now let me show you what happened here. I go to that isometric view, the home view. I have that exact same replica of the first truss over here. I didn't have to redraw anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the sketch again. And now I'm going to extrude this at 1/8 of an inch. Again, I select that side. Okay, and the only area that you might have to get in here, that side that we selected, for some reason always leaves that out. Alright, when we first initially selected that to be the face of the sketch. So you just zoom into that little area right there and extrude that out 1/8 of an inch as well, and then click OK. And there you go. You have the bridge. It's 3 inches. This example, it's a total of 3 inches wide, 2 1/4 for my height. Again, you have anywhere from 2 1/4 to 3 inches in height, and the length is 14 inches. Now the last, one of the last things you need to do here is you need to put a load platform on this. Okay, so for the load platform, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the create a new 2D sketch, and again I'm going to click on this front face right there. Okay, and what I'm going to do from that point, I'm going to click my line tool, and I have my midpoint right here. The load platform is a 3x3 piece of balsa wood that's an 1/8 inch thick. So what I'm going to do is from that midpoint, here's my midpoint, it's 7 inches. You can see there on the X axis is 7. I'm going to click there. I'm going to come over 1.5. It's half of 3, right? Then I'm going to click my rectangle tool. This gives me a guideline point. I'm going to select that point that I just created that line to, and now I'm going to create a rectangle. The rectangle is going to be 3 inches for the total length, and I'm going to tab over then, and the height of this will be 1/8. I'm going to finish that sketch. Now, so this is in the dead center. I'm going to extrude this, and I want to extrude this back. So I'm going to go see this direction, how it's pointing back. I'm going to make this 3 inches. I'm going to extrude that back. If you had it going forward, it would just shoot out forward, and you can just change the direction there. Make sure it is going back across to the other side. And you're going to click OK. Alright, So at this point, you can see now that load platform is all the way across the bridge. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another sketch on the top of this. So create a 2D sketch right on the top surface. Click your circle tool, and I'm going to create put a hole in the dead center. The nice thing with Inventor, it'll give you guidelines showing you where the exact center is. So if you kind of eyeball where you think the center is, you can see I have a vertical line and a horizontal dotted green line that is showing me that is the exact center. Okay, and if I look at my X and my Y, you can see it says 1.5 and 1.5, you know you're in the right spot. So I'm going to click on that, and this is going to be a 3/8 inch circle in diameter. So we're going to finish that, and I'm going to extrude this then. This time I'm going to cut. So I'm going to go to the second icon down. I'm going to cut through the surface at 1/8 of an 1/8 of an inch. Select that, cut it, and there we go. Okay. Now remember I told you in the previous video you don't want any of those supports to go through the center. This is exactly why. I'm going to orbit this around so you can see the bottom. If you had a support maybe that ran from this center post over to the other side, it would go right through that hole and you'd have to cut that out. Alright, so that would not be good. So that's why I'm saying you want to avoid the center, and that's the reasoning why. Okay, now once you have this completed, we want to actually, I'm going to show you guys how to color this so it looks more like balsa wood. Alright, because right now it just has that default gray. So I'm going to have you select your color palette. Alright, so just go up to the top above your tool panel and things, and it says default. Default gray is the actual color that we were drawing with. And you're going to click on yellow pine. So just scroll all the way down, go to yellow pine, and now it really starts representing the bridge that you're going to be physically building. Okay? At this point in time, you want to save this. You're going to save it 2 ways. Okay? And you should have been saving through the process as well. But you want to save, make sure you save it as an Inventor part file. So all you have to do is just go save as, and you can save it as your bridge. Okay, so you're going to go to you can save this in your stem folder. Okay, and save it right in there as your bridge project. And then the second thing you want to do is you're going to save it as what's called an STL file, and the STL file is how I 3D print this. Okay, so if I don't have the STL file, I cannot 3D print this for you. Okay, so make sure you save it as an Inventor part, and then you also go back into the application icon at the top left hand corner. You click on that. You're going to go to Save As, and you're going to click on the little arrow next to Save As, and you're going to go to Save Copy As. Okay, now again, save it as the Inventor part first, then you can save it as the STL file. Do both. Alright, so under Save As, or Save Copy As, under Save As type, you click that drop down item there, and you're going to go to STL. Alright, stereolithographic file. And you're going to select that. And again, you can call this your last name. I'm just going to say Mr. Masano Bridge. Okay? And you're going to save that. And this will be an STL file. You just have to let the instructor know that the bridge is ready to be 3D printed, and the STL file is in your student drive, in your STEM folder, and then they can pull that out and 3D print it for you and give you an actual 3D model of your bridge. Okay? When you're done with this, there is a drawing file you still need to be complete. Now we'll have a video up of that as well that you can use to help, and then you can physically start building the bridge itself. Okay? Again, if you have any questions, review an earlier section of the video, talk to a classmate, or speak with your instructor if you have any questions. Alright, good luck.